Tea and Chat.
Chat with tea.
Tea Chats.
Tea chats. Welcome to Our Life in Books, where we talk about our lives, books, and everything in between. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Samantha, and we're cousins.
Yay.
Grab yourself some tea and get cozy because we are ready to chat.
We're so ready to chat. We already started.
I know. I was like, okay, let's not talk. Let's talk on the podcast. But first, what tea are you drinking?
I am drinking the Conga blend by Adagio Teas. This is a new one for me. It says it's a lively blend of Caribbean fruits inspired by Nouveau Latino fare. Luscious, tangy, and sultry fruit flavors with black tea. And it says it's great hot or cold.
Oh,
so
really?
I really kind of want to try and blend it and have it as a cold brew tea. Or
Yeah.
not cold brew, but cold tea. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. And you added some honey to it, which I feel like I love when I can add some honey to some tea.
Because it's fruity, but it's also really dark black tea, so I feel like it needs that extra punch of sweet to bring out the fruit flavor.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and I am drinking the Our Life in Books tea from Adagio. It's one of our teas that we created. It is a fandom of the Three Dark Crowns series because we love those. And it is black tea with natural blackberry flavor, raspberry leaves, natural forest berry flavor, raspberries, and strawberries.
Did you say? I'm not sure. It's the Naturalist blend?
Yeah, the Naturalist blend. Sorry, I did not say that. So it's the Naturalist blend. So it's real good. It's one of our faves.
Yay.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about a very wide variety of things because we just have a lot of things to talk about that are on very different spectrums. I think first we're going to do this cute quiz.
Yes, because it's super fun. So
we have an addiction.
Yeah.
To bubble tea.
You started it.
Yes, I did. Pearl tea, bubble tea. I think it's Pearl tea in Cedar Falls. So that's where we get ours. I always go get us some Pearl tea, and then next door is Pad Thai.
Yes.
So that is our mix. It's like I can't have one without the other now.
Right.
And I don't know how I got addicted to this. I think my friend Jackie took me there for the first time, and I was like, yes, give me.
It's so good. But it's so funny to watch someone who's never had those little flavor ball things have one.
Yeah, we did it to our moms at the same time.
Oh my God. They
it
both
was so funny.
drank it, and I think they both tried to spit it out.
Yep. I was like, chew it. What are you doing?
But like I've had it on frozen yogurt before because they always had it in the, like the make your own fro yogurt.
I'd never been to one of those before. I didn't know that they had like non-dairy yogurt. So
yeah, because I always like to get the fruity sorbet. Yeah. Those are my favorite.
Ooh. So how did you find this quiz?
It's on The Novel.
Oh, okay.
And so I frequent their website because I read a lot of books from their, like that publisher or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I happened to see this and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect for us. So it's order bubble tea and we'll give you a book rec.
I love it.
And I do want to say, like,
it was National Bubble Tea Day when they did this. That's neat. Cool. April 30th, 2019 was when this quiz was done.
I'm curious how the quiz is going to go because a lot of the bubble teas include dairy or milk.
Yes.
Of some kind.
I think that's how the original is supposed to be drank, but we don't drink it like that.
No.
We don't drink milk in our tea.
Right.
I do want to try it though.
Have
you tried it?
I think maybe once, but like I don't really like milk. So
well, you can put like soy or almond milk or cashew milk.
Like I don't like milk. Like the only time I ever like milk is in cereal. Like if I'm having milk in cereal.
Oh.
But otherwise, I don't care for milk at all. So the idea of putting milk, because like people will put milk in their smoothies too, and that really grosses me out.
See, I'm used to it with coffee, so
that's true.
I want to try it. But all right, let's do this.
Let's start. All right. First question. Pick a size.
Pick a size.
Small, medium, or large?
Large.
I was going to say medium. I like to go right in the middle.
You can go medium. I'm doing large.
Okay.
Hot or cold? Hot, cold, room temperature. This is a real option at some places. Oh.
So as far as bubble tea goes, cold. That's all
we've always had cold. So I almost clicked hot. No, Samantha.
Choose the kind of drink you want. Fruit tea, milk tea, or slush. Fruit tea.
And it says, I'm judging you if you choose hot and then choose this one.
Oh, God. Ew. A hot slush.
Ew. Yeah, so we do fruit.
Tea.
Choose a flavor. Black tea, Earl Grey, mango, honeydew, taro, peach, Thai, matcha, passion fruit.
Ooh, I'm going to go peach.
Okay. I always get black tea. All of the energy.
Choose the sweetness level. 0%, 25, 50, 75, or 100.
Ooh. I don't know.
Is that a thing that you get to choose there?
I think sometimes, but not. I think we just get the whatever they give us.
Yeah.
So
25%?
I was going 50. So you go 25.
Okay. Is it you or me?
I don't remember. Choose a topping. None, tapioca, pudding. Those are two separate ones. Mm-hmm. Grass jelly, aloe, lychee.
Yeah.
Milk foam, red bean, all of it.
Oh, gosh. So, what?
So we don't get toppings. I never do. I just always usually get the. But I think that this is the last one. So I think the tapioca is the little balls that we get.
Are you sure?
It's popping. I don't know what it is.
It's not tapioca though. I don't think
that's the outer skin. I think.
Are you sure?
I'm looking it up now.
Now I'm confused because I thought tapioca was a kind of pudding.
You heard well, then it says pudding. So pudding. Help me Google it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Just try to Google like mango popping. Yeah, because this is honey pearl, mango star, lychee jelly, coffee jelly, rainbow jelly, sweet red bean, which apparently we should try, mango popping, strawberry popping, lychee popping, aloe. Popping. But I think popping is tapioca.
I don't think it is.
I think you are. Dang it, I don't know now. But what is it then?
What is tapioca? It's a starch.
Someone's Googled what is mango popping boba.
From cassava root. It contains almost pure carbs. Oh, that's nice. Tapioca.
I'm Googling what is popping boba.
Tapioca in bubble tea. Why is there tapioca in bubble tea? Oh my God, you're right.
Am I right?
It says tapioca balls are the prevailing chewy spheres in bubble tea, but a wide range of other options can be used to add similar texture to the drink. These are usually black. Oh, maybe not. These are usually black due to the brown sugar mixed in with the tapioca. Bubble tea cafes frequently offer drinks without coffee or tea in them. Topping, Yeah, so the popping is popping boba, and tapioca is tapioca balls.
So
it is a ball, but it's not.
So we get none.
Yeah, I guess. Where the heck did it go?
None.
Because we get popping.
It's good. It's just sugar. Ooh, I got the Astonishing Color of After by Emily XRPan, and we were just talking about that in episode 32. Oh, that's awesome.
Read your little blurby.
Okay. Lee Chan Sanders is absolutely certain about one thing. When her mother died by suicide, she turned into a bird. Lee, who is half Asian, half white, travels to Taiwan to meet her maternal grandmother for the first time. There, she is determined to find her mother, the bird. In her search, she winds up chasing after ghosts, uncovering family secrets, and forging a new relationship with her grandparents. As she grieves, she must try to reconcile the fact that on the same day she kissed her best friend and longtime secret crush Axel, her mother was taking her own life.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
Ooh, happy mental wellness month. Jeez. All right. What's yours?
Okay, so I got Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. It says, oh no, how do you say this name? Louna? Lana?
Yeah, Lona. Luna.
Lona,
mm-hmm.
daughter of famed wedding planner Natalie Barrett, has seen every sort of wedding on the beach, at historic mansions, and fancy hotels and clubs. Perhaps that's why she's cynical about happily ever after endings, especially since her own first love ended tragically. When Lona meets charming, happy-go-lucky serial dater Ambrose, she holds him at an arm's length. But Ambrose isn't about to be discouraged now that he's met the one girl he really wants.
Ooh.
This is sounds more like your alley.
Yep, and the other one you've read, so.
But I have heard a lot of great things about Sarah Dessen, so.
It was all because we couldn't put the boba popping in there. I think that's what it was.
Obviously. How dare they not include that?
It must not be, I don't know.
Maybe it's not popular?
That could be. They don't like, who doesn't like little sugary balls?
Right? I would rather have that than tapioca.
Yeah, no. I don't like pudding. I don't like pudding.
No, who would put pudding in there? In your tea?
And you can drink it with the milk too? It's a lot. It's a lot. So there's this one, oh my God. So I don't even know how I got here with it. I think it was like advertised. Nope. Okay, so I don't know if this is weird. On IMDb, if I really like an actor or actress, I'll like see what they're up to every once in a while to see like if there's any new shows coming out that I really like or any movies that they're in. And I think it was Dylan O'Brien. I saw on Twitter something that he was in YouTube original called Weird City.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, huh. And I went there, and it says the first 2 episodes are free because they usually do that to like get a series, going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay. And then it says Michael Cera's in the second one.
Oh, what?
But I was like trying to figure out like what this like show was about, and they're like, and someone like troped it as comedic Black Mirror.
Oh,
so
my
like
goodness.
it's twisted like Black Mirror, but it's like funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the first 2 episodes. I don't want to spoil it. The first one with Dylan O'Brien, it's about like basically there's 2 like, so the whole like Weird City is like 2, it's split down the middle. There's like the outside people that like don't have a lot of technology. It's like old school, still is technology, but they're like not as like futuristic and like living off technology. And then you can cross line, anyone can. You go into the city, and that's where like technology, you wear like this headpiece and like everything's like futuristic. And they do like basically everyone in the Weird City gets matched at birth, but the people outside of the city don't. So this guy who grew up in the outside goes in there because his mom creates an app, and now he has to like date. No one else has to date. They're always just matched with their perfect match. So then he goes to the perfect match place to try and see if he has a perfect match out there, and like it ensues. It's very, very weird. The second one has Michael Cera in it, and it's all about this kid who is like messed up and gets like really, really like, you know, those people who join something and are like really, really, really into it, and then like something happens and they leave, and then they change who they are based on like what they're really, really into at that moment. It's like kind of like that, only it's very strange.
Really?
And so I watched both of them, and I was like, the entire time my notes in my phone are like, what am I watching? This is the weirdest thing ever. But also I want more. Like, can I have more? And now I was like, why haven't I watched Black Mirror if I'm so into this? Because it was like funny. It wasn't to be taken serious like Black Mirror, but it was also messed up. So they have more episodes, but I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTube subscriber, but...
Do you remember, and I can't think of what it's called, it's probably something really simple, but when Michael Cera and Clark Duke had like a web series, it was like way, way back. So this was when I was a freshman in college. And this is like, you know, when Facebook was in its infancy still.
Yeah.
And I was Facebook friends with Clark Duke and Michael Cera. Like... Right? It was
no way.
So weird. Yeah.
Are you still Facebook friends with them?
No, because of course they changed their page. Like once you could like change your page to private and then like a business or whatever, they did. Like I'm not friends with them anymore, but
that's cool.
Like Clark
you can always say that.
always had pictures with him and James Marsden because they were all friends.
Oh yeah,
it was so weird. It was
that's
so
weird. Cool. But then you're like, I'm friends with them.
Yeah, they used to have a web show.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was just called. Was it called Clark and Michael or something like that? But it was really funny, and so I'm kind of curious to see.
You need to watch the 2 episodes. Yeah, it was, and you know, big names in it. I can't remember him. He's off of Modern Family. He's the dad. But he was in it. Like, there's like popular people that I've seen in it, and it was very interesting. And I never seen a YouTube original series, and I was like, that was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to see some more, but. I just thought I'd tell you about it so you could watch the first 2 and tell me what you thought.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because Black Mirror is good. I've only seen a few episodes because Nicole really loves it.
I think everybody who loves Black Mirror and tells them about it gives them the episodes to watch.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, we're watching this one and this one. And she's like, but don't watch the first one until you've seen a bunch of episodes. So then you can go back and realize how weird it is. But if you watch the first episode as your first episode, you won't want to watch anymore because it's so off the wall.
Yeah, and I heard some are like dark, so you have to like watch like a good happy afterwards.
Yeah, they're so weird, but they make you think.
Yeah, these made you think. I think they obviously have like overarching like hey, don't let technology rule yourself or whatever, but they're also just like funny.
I was just thinking that's what we should do this weekend is watch that Choose Your Own Adventure movie that was created by the same people as Black Mirror.
I haven't watched it. Have you? Oh my God, we should definitely do that and then talk about it.
It's like Bandersnatch or something.
Yeah, I heard such good things about it.
Yeah, Nicole has done it. So she said we need to do it. That's what we should do that. Yeah, I agree. We also have to watch 2 movies now. I was trying to remember what they were. One is It, and then the other one was How to Be Single. Oh,
or how to something like that.
We still need to finish watching Grind also.
Yeah, we do because I haven't picked it up
last year.
But I haven't picked it up though. I haven't it's still paused in our spot because I was like I want to finish.
It was literally a year ago because we were.
That's insane. It doesn't feel like a year ago. It feels like just yesterday. Well, I've been watching some other shows because I've just been shows I feel like are what like clear my head when I'm like stressed out and I don't want to think because I'm not thinking the entire time.
Yeah.
So I got up to end of season 2 of Riverdale. Season 3 is going on right now. I think the finale just happened like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's going to hopefully be on Netflix soon. And it's
I watched like the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen all of season 1.
Yes, I'm pretty sure too. So season 2 is real good, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I can't wait for season 3.
Oh my gosh, is it still super dark?
Yes, it's still super dark, and people die, and people become they finally find like find the killer or whatever like that or whatever.
What's going to happen because Luke Perry died?
So they I think they address it in the season 3, and they said they do it really well.
Do you think, like, when you watch the episode, you're going to cry? Because, like,
I don't know. I'm trying not to think about it because it's
on the show.
Yeah.
Which he's already had a near-death experience on the show.
So it's like, yeah. But in, like, season 2, he's heavily involved.
Oh, no.
So I don't know what's going to be going on for season 3. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Do you remember when 8 Simple Rules was on and John Ritter died?
Oh, I bawled my eyes out for that episode. And what was another one that they passed? Glee. When the young guy died, they had him die. And they didn't say why or how or anything like that. They just say, because they didn't want to, do that. But it was so sad. Oh, I hate it. But yeah, it's really good. He's very heavily involved in season 3. Characters, season 2, sorry. And characters go dark. Dark. No. And it's really good. So I'm excited. Like when the end happened and I was like, and it doesn't end like a cliffhanger. It just ends like good. But then you're also like, oh no, if it ends good, that means like next season's just going to be like a wreck.
So are they going to have a crossover with Sabrina? Because aren't they in like near towns or something like that?
It's in the same universe of because they have technology, but they don't. It's in the same universe, and they never say the year on purpose.
Right. There's no time period.
I think so. I want to say that there's going to be, but I don't know enough about it. There was in season 2. I had heard there was like a singing episode, and I was like, oh my god! But it's done. I really liked it.
Well, because is it River? Now I'm getting them confused. Is it Riverdale or Sabrina with the Pussycats?
That's Riverdale.
Okay.
And it has them in it, but all the characters, it's crazy all the characters that can sing.
Really?
And it's funny because Cole Sprouse can't, so he doesn't sing. He's like the videographer.
Oh my god. I just realized that's the whole reason I watch the show is because of him.
I love him and I
totally forgot that that's why I watch it. So now I'm
right?
watch it again.
You're like, oh yeah, I forgot I love him. I'm gonna watch it. And then I watched Roswell, got you started on it.
Yeah, I've seen episode 1 and then part of episode 2.
If you are into sci-fi books or anything sci-fi, it's so good. I don't know how to explain how good it is.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Because
it's on CW.
It's a reboot of an old show, also called Roswell.
Yes, this one called Roswell, New Mexico. So if you're looking it up, don't look up Roswell.
That's what I did. I looked it up on Hulu, and I was like, I don't think this is what she's talking about, because it's got like, what's her name when she's really young?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
She's in 27 Dresses.
Yes, Katherine Heigl.
Oh my god!
We do that way more than you'd think. What were you saying? You said something. I had whispered it, and I was like,
your turb.
Your turb. You two got on the YouTube. And we both did it. And I was like, what's that? But Roswell, New Mexico, it's so good. One, very hot characters in it.
God. I was like,
both men and women. I was like, guys, like, how did you find all these pretty people for this show? And I love like that it's keeping true to what's happening now. Like her father, the main girl, her father is
immigrant.
Yeah, he's an immigrant. Sorry. I wanted to say DACA, but that wasn't correct. He's an immigrant, so like she is scared to like ever go to the police, and like her crush is a policeman, and I don't know, oh my god. Like the thing that I liked about the show when I watched it from beginning to end, because you know me, binged it, is that they don't make things last a long time. It's not like, who killed this person? Let's make it last for 6 seasons. Like, who killed, like, they figure out stuff, and when they figure it out, more questions get asked. Like, more questions come up, and there's, like, I got blindsided by the end of, like, who is like a murderer. It's so good.
No.
And why? And like more questions come up, and the ending just blew my mind. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. You guys all need to watch it. It's so good.
So, if you like Jennifer L. Armentrout's books, that's what this reminds me of.
It reminds me of that, and it reminds me of Siobhan Davis's Savin book too, the Alien book. Yeah. But yeah, a lot like Jennifer L. Armentrout's books.
Yeah.
Because it's so good, and there's angsty romance, but there's also like friendships and families and like stuff, and like the LGBT community is like, I feel like shown a lot. There's like someone who's gay, there's someone who's bi,
people of color, indigenous
people of color, yes. And it's like they definitely didn't whitewash the cast, which is normal for anyone in that industry. They definitely got like the right people for the right roles. And I did like how they were, bringing up topics that are, happening today with immigrants and people being afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good so far. Like I said, I'm not super far into it, but I'm also like hooked on the story.
And it's and that's the only thing I really like, that they didn't like drag out anything. They're like, okay, like we can't. I feel like so many shows, like I like that with Riverdale. And I think all CW shows is that they don't really drag out a lot of like plots. They're like, okay, this plot's over, and the reason this is over, and it's going to bring up this other plot, and yeah. I'm sorry, Pretty Little Liars just really ruined it for me of like dragging stuff out.
Really mad about it.
You know what I mean? So. It just don't drag it out. Like if that's all you have, like that's the only plot you've ever had of, and we're gonna
who's A? But wait, who's really A? But wait, who's mega A? But wait.
Oh wait, you've seen them this entire time. No, you haven't. Like no, this I don't think Riverdale or Roswell does that at all.
Right.
Which is what I really like. And I like Sabrina too. That's another shout out. I haven't seen this. I haven't finished.
I don't think I've finished the first season.
No, I haven't either.
Then there was a Christmas special.
Yeah, I didn't see the Christmas special. Well, I'm obsessed with the guy who plays what's his name? Harvey. Because what's his name? I'm blanking on it. But
I love her cousin. Her cousin is my favorite.
Oh yeah. Let me look up. He's in a band.
Oh yeah, you did say that. And he looks so much different when he's in his band than he's on the show.
And he like how he acts, and he's so cool. I feel like you would love him, and we should go to his concert.
Oh god,
right? I've been thinking that could be like
his band?
I think it's like Lynch or something like that.
Is it rock?
I want to say Ross Lynch. That's his name. Oh, Ross Lynch. Yes, I knew it was like let me see. Lead vocalist in the pop rock band R5, and one half of the band The Driver Era with his brother Rocky Lynch. But yeah, R5. So
interesting.
I don't know. I just was like, love that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. And all right, what are the shows? I've got Vanderpump Rules.
What is that?
So that is a Bravo show. That's my trash TV, where it's reality TV.
Okay.
I call it reality TV, trash TV.
Yep.
Just so you know, not like trying to be dissy. It's just
we're not trashing it.
No,
we love it.
I love it. And it is about I think it's like, I don't know how many episodes long it is, like 7. I could be wrong. 6 or 7, and it's about these bartenders that worked at this restaurant, and they're servers and bartenders or whatever, and like they're all friends though. Like they were friends. They all got each other jobs there, and then it's like. The woman who owns the restaurant, she has a show on Bravo. So she was like, this would be a good show. And they just like grown up with the show. So you've seen them from like when they were like, and they're our age. So like you saw them when they were like 23, 24, and now they're like older. And just like the things they've gone through. And I'm just addicted to them as people, because at the end of the day, like it is a show, but they're also friends. Like they also hang out outside the show. They go on trips that aren't scheduled for the show. Like it's just, I don't know, it's really good. So I'm addicted to that.
Love Island also.
Yes, I haven't.
Season 4.
You did.
I mean 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say you finished season 3. I haven't finished it, but you started season 4, which is my fave.
I started it with you and my husband and his brother, and my husband's brother stayed up watching after we all went to bed.
Yes,
because he got hooked.
The Smith boys love Love Island.
It's so funny because I told Alex later, I was like, I really kind of want to watch Love Island, like all of it with both of them, just to hear their commentary, because it'd be so funny.
It would be really funny to see what they think.
Well, and that's the thing. Every time I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I wish I was watching with someone so I could like get their opinion. Because season 3, I have a complaint about one girl that I don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I want to watch season 4 with you, because you're gonna freak. It's so good, but it's so yeah.
But yeah, so I want to hear, because like we watched the first couple episodes of season 4, and like they were commenting like, "Oh my god, like why does everybody hate this guy?" And it's just so funny.
It is really funny, and they're guys, so they don't usually watch this kind of stuff. So It's like funny to hear them. Yeah, definitely. Well, we have some exciting news.
Yeah, sure.
I love that I'm talking like, yeah, it's exciting news. Well, we've been looking for this show for years. How long has it been? Honestly,
it's been a long time because when did the show start? Okay, so should we say what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah. So we finally found Fringe.
Yes.
And then we don't have to buy it because we were trying not to
Fringe was on Netflix.
Yes.
For the longest time. Alex and I watched it, and then he decided that he was bored with it, and like we hardly ever watched TV separately, so I didn't get to finish it.
From 2008 to 2013.
Okay. So we literally stopped watching it at episode 1 of the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Like we watched the first episode, and then he's like, I'm bored. And I never got to go back to it, and then they took it off Netflix. So I've been searching for it, because I'm like, I just want to watch the show. I love the actors. I love the story. I love everything about it. J.J. Abrams. So
yes. And I've seen it all, and I have no one to talk to about it. I'm like, I was like, when it ended, I was like, I have no one to talk to about this. Elizabeth, you need to watch the ending so I can talk to you about it.
It's just such a good show.
And we love Pacey.
Yes.
We love him. We've loved him.
Jackson.
Yes, we've loved him since Dawson's Creek.
Oh my god.
Then
that's why we call him Pacey. Still.
Yep, Pacey. We call him Pacey. So yeah, last night was it?
Yeah. We were looking for it again because like I feel like every couple of months I think about it again. I'm like, oh my god, I have to find it.
Or like he's in something, or we see him in something, and we're like, oh my god, can we find that yet?
So I looked because if you go on IMDb, a lot of times it'll tell you where you can watch the shows.
Yes.
So that's what we did, and we found out IMDb streams shows for free.
Yeah, with commercials. So hey. And then I was like, okay. So then I had looked it up on Amazon to see if we could just buy it because we wanted to watch it on a TV.
I've been doing. Like I have it marked on my Amazon, like whatever it's called, Amazon TV. No.
Amazon Video?
Yeah.
Prime Video.
I have it marked on there because all I could find was to buy. And so I was like, one of these days I'm going to be weak and I'm going to buy it.
Yep. So she's on there. She's like, let's try to find IMDb on the TV because you have an Apple TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let me just look it on Amazon. And because I was like, I have like Amazon has subscriptions. So I have HBO through Amazon and it was on there. So we're like, it's on Amazon.
For free. And I'm pretty sure it's all the seasons.
Yeah, it's all the seasons.
I'm still waiting to be like blindsided where we're going to have to pay for it.
Oh, you know it. It's going to happen. No idea our luck.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm just so excited.
Yeah. Alex was like, what are you guys going to do after podcasting? I was like, watch Fringe.
Obviously.
And I love that it's been so long. Like it's been, because I watched it as like the 5th season. So I watched it back in 2013. And I still remember like every episode. I was like, it takes me a bit, but.
So J.J. Abrams has got this like crazy brain. I feel like everything he does has so many layers to it. And one of the things that this show did that like no other show had done, do you remember The Observer?
Yes.
He was in the crowd of, was it American Idol? Like he was in different shows like that so people could watch other things and see The Observer like in real life.
Oh my god, that's so cool. I forgot about that.
But I think it was like American Idol, and there might have been a few other shows where they had him show up.
Oh, that's cool.
So neat.
Well, and what I think is like how Fringe ends is so smart. And so like he knew it from the beginning and he set it up. Like that's why I want to watch it again and like look for the clues.
I need to watch Lost.
I don't want to watch it by myself. I'll watch it. Okay, fine. We have to watch it together then. We're going to have to do it like we're doing Fringe.
And then Lost.
Deal.
God.
As long, and like slip in like Riverdale and Roswell and all that stuff. Like, oh my God. That's awesome. All right. So what's this show you want to talk about?
So there's one more show I want to talk about because it has a very similar story to Fringe.
And I haven't watched it.
Okay, so it's Orphan Black. The main... I can't even say main character. Main actor is Tatiana Maslany. I have a super huge girl crush on her.
Yeah.
She plays all of the main characters because she's a clone. And she's so good. She's so good. I've read that like to get ready for each role, each clone, whatever, she had like a certain playlist that she would listen to specific to each clone so she could get in their mindset.
Oh, yeah.
She's just so good. Like you're watching it the whole time. And then at the end of the show... or the end of an episode or whatever, you're like, wait a minute. That was the same woman playing every single role. Like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Talking to herself. That's insane.
She's so talented. But anyway, so the show is over now. I think it ended in 2017 or 18. And Alex and I, again, watched all of it, but he didn't get bored this time. We just watched other stuff, and you know how they come out a year apart, so you kind of forget to pick it back up. So again, we've watched everything but the last season. So I started rewatching it from the beginning, so that because he doesn't like to rewatch stuff either. That's
I
his
love
thing.
rewatching things.
So I've started over from the beginning by myself, and I'm going to watch up until the last season, and then I'm going to force him to watch the last season with me. But it's so good. This. It's so like, and that's another reason I want to rewatch it is because there's so many layers. Again, like there's so much going on that I was like, I don't remember exactly everything that's happening. So I'm excited. It's so good. That's another one that you need to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's on my list of like I need to watch.
And
this.
It's free on Amazon Video.
Nice. I was gonna ask you where it is.
Yep.
And then there was I just remembered another show I was gonna talk about. I actually haven't seen it, but it's coming out on CW because, you know, of course, like I was just getting into CW. There's two. There's Batwoman, which I know you're not. Whoa, I know you're not. I know you're not into like comic books, but
superhero.
I really like that. You know, female.
Yeah.
Batwoman. I don't know, girl empowerment. But the one I'm really excited about is Nancy Drew.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Oh.
So we'll have to watch the trailer later. I'm trying not to play it right now. Copyright. But basically it's dark. It's definitely like Riverdale-esque where they all work at this diner and there's a murder outside and they all run outside to like see.
Yeah.
And it's just basically like her, like it's her growing up. Like the police come in, it's like, oh, how did I know you were gonna be here, Nancy Drew? And like, why'd you say it like that? And she's like, are they like, she used to give me a hard time when she was younger. And the other girl's like, you mean do your job?
Oh, no.
And so it's like Nancy Drew as an adult, like actually solving like like it's no longer like child's play. It's now it's like murders.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot darker. And the trailer I watched, it's kind of scary. Like things pop out at you. So I'm really excited to like, I don't know, to watch it. And
did you read Nancy Drew as a kid?
I think so. I might have read a couple.
Boat. Like I feel like I did, but I don't remember them.
Same.
Like the only thing that sticks out to me right now that I read was like Babysitter's Club and Babysitter's Little Sister.
I was like I read Babysitter's Club and I read The Hardy Boys and I read like the Choose Your Own Adventures.
Yes, I love.
And I read like Rocket's World or something like that. Like a lot of like not mainstream ones.
I feel like Nancy Drew was on the list somewhere, but I also know I didn't own any of those books.
We didn't own them. I think we just went to the library. So and I think it was one of those things that was always like checked out.
Yeah.
So it was like, if you don't, you know what I mean, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really excited for Nancy Drew. It comes this fall, and I'm like, why? Why'd you have to show me this already? I'm ready for it now. I'm ready to watch it now.
Yes.
So you're going to tell, let's talk about that podcast that you got me addicted to.
Have you listened to the whole thing?
No, not yet. Okay. But I've been listening to it.
It's called Broken Hearts.
Harts.
Right. And I think I might have talked about it on a previous episode because I binged the entire thing.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, and now I'm like, let's talk about it.
So it's about the Hart family.
Yeah. And I had to be honest, I'd never heard of this before.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when it was on the news, like right after it happened, because But
how old, like when was it?
It was not that long ago, like a year.
Where was I? I can't believe I did not hear about this at all. Like when they're talking about it, I keep having to like Google things.
And it happened in California, I believe.
Really?
So 2 moms, and they adopted 6 African-American children. And
3 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 3 siblings.
3 siblings, yep. Because they didn't want to, like, that's why they didn't split them up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they ended up driving off a cliff with the kids in the car. And I think one of the kids was never, like, no part of his body was ever found. So.
And one was like a foot, right?
Right. They believe that he was in the car, considering all the other kids were, but they can't say for sure. So.
I'm on episode 6, so I'm halfway through right now.
Okay.
I like get frustrated and confused, one by our system.
Yeah.
The system.
Right.
And also by like how this could even happen.
Mm-hmm. It's
like
a very sad story.
Yeah.
So go into it knowing It's so sad.
And it's like confusing because people didn't even know how old they were because they were so malnourished.
Mm-hmm.
And people.
Because there was one person that tells a story about how she saw all of them and she thought they were all in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And they were not.
They were not. They were like older.
Right.
And they all like walked in a single file line and like very, very like.
There was a lot of things where, especially looking back, it seems very ominous and strange that these kids would
and like
do this.
my thing is like, where are the teachers? Like, and like people try to reach out and then they would be taken out of school, like the kids would, or like neighbors like could have done so much. I understand like not wanting to get into it. I'm not blaming the neighbors at all because, you know,
there's only so much you can do too because
but I'd harass. I'd report over and over and over again. I think, you know,
report, and that's
not a lot. They didn't want to at first. Remember, her dad did,
right?
And you know, it also is frustrating because she said like,
just wait. You probably haven't heard all of it yet.
Well, because I'm up to the point where she like calls them and they pull into her driveway and she's like, no, next door, and is like, they knocked and then they drove away because no one answered, and she's like, are you kidding me?
So and
I'm to the part where she's giving them food.
Okay, and what's really messed up too is these two women fostered a girl before all of these kids.
I'm glad. Do we ever hear from her?
No. And like the thing is
I bet she's freaking
older,
happy.
Right?
Yeah, she was
like
older.
16 or something.
Yeah, and they used to like make fun of her and like be mean to her. It was awful.
They went to their job talking about her as if she was like this weird person.
Like they were mean girling her.
Yeah. And they told her she was going to be big sister to these kids they were going to adopt. The first three that they adopted, they told her she was going to be this big sister, and she was getting excited. And they took her to a therapist appointment and never picked her up.
And I can't believe you can do that.
Right? How
in this day and age can you just go? That's not a lost cat. Like how can you just go drop a human being off and never come back?
How is that not like noted in their file with the system? You know, like I realize it's not all connected, and that was their thing. That's their MO too. Is once people started learning about kind of what's going on behind closed doors, they would move to a new state.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the women's names, but one of them.
Screw them.
One of them. They like friends and family always said that one of them seemed very controlling of the other.
Yeah, the one that didn't work.
Yeah,
was controlling of the one, and the other one worked all the time. And then the other one like played like online games, and I don't know what else she did. And like,
did you get to the part where they said she played online games constantly, and she was like a moderator for a group, and she had a notebook full of information about this game that she played, and like movements of each of the people, and like just a notebook full of it. So it's like she obviously wasn't homeschooling these kids or taking care of them during the day.
And then like all she cared about like posting about social media, and people were saying that. Well, one, I just don't understand why they did it. Like why are you adopting?
Yeah,
if you want to work and you want to play on your online games, like why do you need that? Like why do you?
It seems like they
sociopathic.
they really needed like public approval.
Yeah, because like people were saying that they were like looking into her pictures now, like after what happened, and like they'd be like painting with the kids, but then there'd be no paintbrush. Like it's like
no
they
paint
like
on the paintbrushes.
Yeah, they just like stage photos, and like they wondered like how many like it seemed like the kids were like sullen, but then as soon as like they got told to snap to attention, they became animated, and it's like, you know what I mean? It was all like
also a video of the kids saying, I think they play it. We are so blessed. We are it's very strange, and they made it sound like when they posted the video on Facebook was like they made it sound like the kids just did this on their own.
They always said that. Like they went up to that homeless man and hugged him, and they came and said that this is the best thing, and they changed him, and our kids are changing people, and it's like you're liars. You're psychopathic liars.
And like one of the boys too, I think it's the one that has never been found.
Yep, you're correct. It's Devontae.
Yeah, he is his picture went viral for hugging a police officer during.
And then he was always in the back
riots.
of Bernie's.
But he always carried around a sign that said "free hugs." And I don't remember if it's from this podcast or other stuff that I had read previously that like he's crying in that picture, that very famous picture. But like he was basically coerced into hugging this police officer by his moms, and he didn't want to do it. And so the tears might not be like compassion and like all these.
The tears aren't compassion and feelings. They're definitely
it's he didn't want to do this.
No. It's definitely that.
You know, and it was spread around the internet as if, you know, this is this great thing. But that's what these women did. That was the other thing that these women did is they were always in the middle of all this media stuff while at the same time not wanting to be. Like,
yeah, like they
didn't want to
they didn't like, they're like, oh, they got to offer to go on Ellen and all these shows, but they didn't because that's not what it was about, when really they were just hiding the abuse that they were doing. And I haven't gotten to like the part, like obviously like the incident, but I just feel like it's probably because they didn't want to get caught, which is sick. Like you're sick and twisted. Then you both go off the freaking edge and leave those kids alone.
Why? You know, what did it do? Because you had to know everything was going to come out anyway.
Yeah. And like, I just don't understand. Like, I guess I'm, you know, we're not those kind of people, but like to just go drop, you know, you're just like, how could you get pleasure out of hurting young kids like that and like not feeding them and like
denying them food?
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
Because they didn't look malnourished, so you know those two women were freaking eating.
Especially the one of them.
That's what I'm saying. The one.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know, the podcast leaves you with, you know, still questions because they're not there to answer questions. They're kind of there to just put this story out there. And
get it heard.
Because it's about these children. And, you know, how often is this happening and we're not seeing it until something big
happens.
Yeah.
Oh, it just freaks me out. Don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's so sad. But again, it's a story that needs to be told for the sake of the children.
And for sake of children out there that's happening to that no one knows about, you know?
And or that someone sees something that they think is a little off, but
they don't say anything. Maybe you might as well say something. It's not going to hurt anything, you know?
Yeah. Because if CPS comes to your house and everything is great, then great, right?
Yeah.
So it's just awful.
Oh, exactly.
It's so awful.
Oh. Should we just keep on this track? So
okay.
I was one, you know, just I'm still heated, but I was just what's going on in
our political climate?
Yeah. Just a freaking mess of white dudes thinking they can tell women what to do with their bodies, and old white dudes, or just people in general thinking they can tell other people what to do with their bodies and with their lives. Just blows my mind. Right. I just don't understand why what I'm doing is going to affect you.
And that's my biggest complaint about this whole thing with abortion.
Yes, that's what we're talking about, because Samantha's angry and I wrote a rant.
Is just because it's legal doesn't mean you have to do it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if people think that it's legalized, so now you get pregnant and someone's going to force you into an abortion, but that's not how that works.
Oh, exactly.
It's literally just giving people the choice.
Because people deserve to have the choice to do whatever they freaking want. Like, why are we telling people what... I mean, obviously, that is, you know, with their own bodies, I mean, not like murder.
Right, exactly. Because, you know, this is a whole topic that we could do, like, 10 shows about.
Oh, yeah.
But it ultimately boils down to, like, autonomy. And this is my body. This is my life. And you don't get to tell me what to do with it.
Oh, exactly. And I can't remember where I put this, but it was basically like pro-choice isn't pro-abortion.
Exactly.
And so many people are like, oh, they're the same thing. Like, no, it's not. Here it is. You can be pro-choice and be a mother. You can be pro-choice and support adoption. You can be pro-choice and never get an abortion and or not agree with abortion yourself. Pro-choice doesn't automatically mean you love abortions and treat it only as your option. That's why it's called pro-choice.
Exactly.
You are pro-women getting to choose whatever the hell they want to do with their bodies. I'll bleep that out. Sorry. I was reading. And it's just like, why is it in our government? It's supposed to be separation of church and state. Like, you're saying, oh, I don't, you know, it's against my religion. Well, it's separation. You should not
do it.
Yeah.
So don't get an abortion if it's against your religion.
And adopt. Go adopt. Go start helping these kids that were given up to adoption. We're carried to term. So, but like, you don't know what's going on in someone's life. You don't know the circumstances. You don't know the health of the woman. You don't know the mental health of the woman.
Right.
And we're not breeding cattle.
Right.
Like, we are human freaking beings and we can do what we want. And do you really want us to carry all these kids to term and then despise them and hate them?
Right. Because that's the thing is, if someone gets pregnant who doesn't want to be pregnant, do you want someone who doesn't want a kid to be a mother?
Yeah.
because it doesn't seem like a good idea to
because
me.
that's how kids get abused, and that's how all these things happen. Like, you know what I mean? I also read this other thing, tweet from, it might not be his, but it was Brad. If a woman has intercourse with 100 men in a year, she can only produce one full-term pregnancy. If a guy has intercourse with 100 random women in a year, he can produce at least 100 full-term pregnancies. So why exactly are we talking about regulating women?
Exactly.
Sorry, not That's sorry true. About
and
it.
Then I did see another tweet that said something along the lines of, God, how did it go? If we're going to make abortions illegal, then we need to make it illegal for men to leave their children.
Yes.
Because it's so easy for the man to walk away and just not be part of this child's life. But if I can't do the same thing, then how is that okay?
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
No, none of it makes sense, and I don't understand why it's an issue. Just like I guess I don't understand like LGBTQ issue, like people attacking them. It's their bodies. It's their lives. Like, let them do it. As long as they're not harming anybody, like of this, who is a human, not a little teeny cell.
Right.
I just don't understand why people have all these opinions, and that lawmakers are actually putting like so strict abortion laws in. Like, what are you doing?
Right. I have this story that's always stuck with me that is very interesting, and even people on both sides of the idea will probably it'll give them something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But so the story is there was a woman who was pregnant. She got in a car accident, and she had a
I know what you're talking about.
Do not resuscitate?
Yes.
Okay. So she got in this car accident. She's in the hospital, and her husband have already talked about this. They both agree with the do not resuscitate, but so she's pregnant. And the thing is, the hospital wants to keep her alive to basically incubate this baby until the baby's ready to be born.
Then what happens to the baby?
The husband would, but that's the thing. So, but then it was like this big controversy because the husband, if they pull the plug on the wife, basically, the baby would die.
Mm-hmm.
But the husband saying that's okay because not only does she have a do not resuscitate, but that's my choice. And then he would have to raise this baby on his own when that was not in the plan.
Yeah.
And so that was one of those things where I've never been necessarily on the fence on this issue, but that was one of the things that took me over the edge because the way the person described this was like, women are not incubators.
Yeah.
And we don't fully know what's going on when someone is brain dead or, like, was she brain dead? Was she still feeling things? We know that she's not going to recover.
Yeah.
But what if she still knows what's going on and she's laying there for 4 months, basically being an incubator? Is that okay? No, it's not. And also, they likened it to like, I have a working kidney, right? And you need one. Do I have to give it up so that you can live?
Yeah.
No. So
exactly.
Why would I have to sacrifice my body to make this thing live that isn't a thing yet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't have exactly. And, it's not just that. It's like women can't even get their tubes tied until they're a certain age. Or they get the consent of their husband.
Yeah.
Which is, ooh, makes me so mad.
People even, that's even a thing sometimes with the, like the 5-year IUDs and stuff is, the doctor has to have a sit-down talk with you. Like, are you sure that you're not going to want to be pregnant in the next 5 years? Are you sure?
You can get it taken out. But
right.
I have an IUD, and they always say that to me, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And I just...
It's all very frustrating.
It's very, very frustrating. And being a woman I'm worried about Iowa, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can't help those women in Alabama. And apparently even if you have a miscarriage, you will be under investigation.
What?
Yeah.
This is why I don't read into this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just want to know the surface stuff. So I had
to get off the internet. That's why I wrote a paragraph of me and like just angry because I was like, why are you allowed to make these decisions? I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand how it is okay for these decisions to be made without any women present. Like, are we doing Are we in that show? I feel like we are.
Yeah.
That's why I don't read The Handmaid's Tale, because I'm going to just get so angry and just yell at every guy I see and punch him. That's just like when, I don't know if you've ever had this. This is like off topic, but still about just like, leave me alone. Like when guys will come up to me and be like, why do you do that to your nose? Why do you have a nose ring? Or like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because I do everything for the male freaking gender.
Had it's usually older men come up and try and touch my nose ring or like
or
pull
touch
on it
you
and ask why it's there. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You don't get to touch me.
Oh, yeah. Like wearing like braided. Sometimes wear like my hair in 2 braids. And like people will try to touch my hair or touch me. I'm like, why is it okay for you to just be able to think that you get to touch me?
On this similar subject.
Yep, we're just going to go on rants.
Yep. When I was pregnant.
Yeah.
That was a big thing too. That was the thing that I hated the most because I don't like strangers touching me anyway. Yeah. I don't like anyone touching me, to be honest, unless it's my husband and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But that, like, there was a guy
consent, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a guy that I worked with at the time that like constantly every day came up and touched my belly. And
no.
Like, stop. If I wasn't pregnant and you walked up and touched my belly, do you think that's okay? Why is it okay now?
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like, okay, being pregnant really freaks me out. One time this girl described it as having like a aquarium in your stomach, and it freaks me out.
Oh, so weird.
But like, why I would never go up to someone and touch them when I don't know them.
No. Even if I know people, I don't. I'm very non-touchy.
Yeah, same. I'm not touchy-feely. But anyway, moral of the story is
my body,
my rules, my choice. Bug off. Like, I can believe in whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. And if you're really going to try and tell me, then you are going to have a serious issue coming up, because women are, it seems, very like nice. I mean, I'm nice, you're nice, but I can get mad.
Right.
And I'm also looking at buying a shirt that says my body, my choice. So I'll get you in too.
Do it.
All right, let's lighten the last subject. Let's lighten the mood here. Everyone at home is just angry now.
Right. So this is weird. This is weird how I want to say this, but this is a journey that I started back in February. I've been trying to go whole food, plant-based diet. And I say diet loosely. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to be healthier.
You go, girl.
So far it's been going not as great. Like, I've given up meat since February. I've stayed away from meat. Dairy is a lot more difficult for me.
It doesn't help that I bring food and I'm like, you want it?
Right. And then, so part of whole food plant-based is no oil, which is insane, the number of things that have oil in it that you don't realize. But so like I said, basically right now I'm a vegetarian. Dairy is very hard to give up.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. So I've been like trying to think of like all the recipes that I make currently, how can I turn them into basically vegan or whole food, plant-based, whatever. So it's been interesting.
Yeah. I'm more of I tried to do it. I couldn't. I do very limited dairy, so I still have some in my system, so I can still eat some things. And I am more of the staying away from processed foods as much as I can, because I'm allergic to something when it comes to processed, and I don't know what it is, and apparently there's no tests you can do. So sometimes I'll eat something processed, and my face will swell. Or preservatives are a big thing with me too. Like the K-cups make my face swell, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Right? No idea why. So that's where I'm at. But so we were talking like how to like make fun vegan foods or whole plant, what was it?
Whole food plant-based.
Whole food plant-based. So I know that I follow Jenna and Julian on YouTube, and they've been vegan. Jenna's been vegan for years, and Julian's been, how long have they been together? Like 4 or 5 years, I think. And then there is Lauren. I have her cookbook. She's vegan, and she's really good. She's hot for foods.
Okay.
So that's what I talked about a lot. They have a really good vegan cheese recipe.
Oh. So one of the things I follow is it's called Forks Over Knives. They have a documentary, and then they have a website with tons of recipes, which is where I found a lot of them. But like my go-to thing is to like pick a flavor. So like a lot of times I'll do like taco basically, and I put in just tons of veggies and beans and lentils and then taco seasoning.
Yeah.
And then that's what I have. And then I have it like over rice or with noodles or, you know, like all these different ways. So that's what I've been doing just because it's easy and I can put it in my pressure cooker and it's done.
I really like the challenge of like trying to take something like and make it taste like better. Like I was thinking with your black bean burgers is that we should saute some jalapenos and onions and stuff like that and mix it in. And do you put like breadcrumbs in it?
Yep.
But I was thinking we should do that because I think that would make like bring out the flavor.
I don't know. The ones that I made most recently, I don't think they have breadcrumbs actually. It has oats.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was thinking putting some grilled veggies in there would be really good because I do that with regular burgers.
I'm so
hungry too. We have our pad thai waiting. We're like, we can wait, and now we're both just like hangry. But yeah, so if you guys have any cool like vegan recipes or say it again.
Whole food plant-based.
I keep wanting to say it opposite.
Oh.
The
basic idea is like you said, like no processed food and like you're putting whole food into your body so that you know exactly what's going in rather than like crackers and chips, chips is the hardest thing for me to give up. I'm so sorry. I need
You
crunch.
love chips. And I'm more of like
crunch.
I can't give up nacho, like queso, chips and cheese. I cannot give it up. I've tried. What crap was I gonna say? I'm so hungry.
I know, right?
I was gonna say something. I don't remember. If you have any ideas, let us know. If you have any recipes, that'd be great. Or any things that we could follow.
Please send me all the things. Because most recently I made this Asian meatball recipe that I made.
Oh my freaking God, I ate so much of it. So good.
So I made it for, the rest of my house. I didn't eat any of the Asian meatballs. But as I was making them, I was like, how can I make this vegan? Like, I'm pretty sure I could use some kind of beans.
Yeah.
To kind of, give it that meatball texture. But I can use a lot of the same flavors because it's, seasonings and stuff. But I'm just trying to figure out how I can make it. So maybe I can experiment with that this weekend.
And I'm more or less like, I still eat some meat when I'm feeling it, some dairy when I'm feeling it. But I mostly just try to have vegan days where I'm just like, most of the time I look around and I'm like, I'm not eating any meat or dairy just because, I try not to do a lot. But I can't give it up. I tried.
See, and that's what everyone keeps asking me is that they're like, oh my God, how's it going? And how are you doing it? And I'm like, to be honest, meat was never a big thing for me.
Mine's a texture thing with meat.
I haven't craved it since. The only time that I was like, oh my God, I kind of want to eat this was the Asian meatballs because they smell so good. But I made fried rice to go with it. So
the fried rice was so good. We're just talking about food. We're so hungry, and we're gonna go watch Fringe. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Well, we better get going. We're hungry.
We're so hungry.
We do have more tea to drink and books to read.
Yeah, because we didn't make our second cup tonight.
No, we didn't. So we're gonna need some more tea. All of our social medias are down below. Make sure to come follow us. We post sometimes, sparingly right now.
I'm so sorry. Life's been rough. Okay.
Make sure to rate and review the podcast. It does really help wherever you're listening, because I know some people are saying they listen on Stitcher, which is cool.
Yeah.
And Spotify, so it'd be cool. I don't know if you can rate us on there. We should probably look into that.
If you can rate us where you're listening, do it.
Yes, and if not, go to YouTube or go to Apple Podcasts because we see those. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.